Hi again everyone. In this video, we'll try to look at how to import a controller and be able to walk around in our game. I have supplied you with the starter asset first person and third person controllers, so these two here, that you would be able to just double click and import into Unity. But I'm going to show you the way that the asset store handles this. So if we go to the asset store, which is assetstore.unity.com, you can find a lot of different assets in here. I have already pre-selected the third person starter asset. If you haven't bought this already, it's free, but you kind of have to still click that you want to buy it or purchase it. But then after that, you will get a Open in Unity button. So if I click the Open in Unity, I'm going to be jumped back into Unity and it's going to open what is called the package manager. It's going to show me all the packages that I have from all the different downloads from the asset store, and it's going to show me those starter assets that I have. In here, there will be a download button that you can click. So if you download that, it's going to just go through, download that package. When it's done downloading, you can click import and it's going to prompt you with a question. So this package has some dependencies. Yes, please install and upgrade these dependencies. In some cases, you get a question. This question might be related to a dependency. It might be related to some changes that Unity wants to make. In this case here, because we're using a controller that needs a specific package called the new input system, it wants you to restart Unity. So in this case, you don't have a lot of options other than clicking yes, and it's going to restart the editor. You will get both the import option and a do you want to save your scene button at the same time. Just ignore the import for now because we need to do that just in a moment. In this case, we just want to click save first and then it's going to close Unity. As soon as you're back into Unity, it should open the package manager again. If it's not already open, you can always go to Window and then choose the package manager. But in this case here, it's already open. I have so much stuff here, so I need to click load more. I have the starter assets down here. I'm going to work with the third person controller because I just like that a bit better. Now again, I can click import. It's going to import the option, again, some dependencies, but now I get this menu. One thing that is kind of important here is that you look at the labels to the right. If everything just says new, normally you're good to go. In some cases though, it might be wanting to override some already existing aspects of your scene that you have. Let's say somebody on the asset store has uploaded a project where they put all of their demo or whatever inside of a scene called the sample scene. Well, that would override the scene that I have called the sample scene if it's located in the scenes folder. This means that, well, we would kind of lose our entire progress because that file would just be overwritten. We don't really want that, so just make sure that you check these. Sometimes it's also going to show that there might be a conflict of version and stuff like that, but at least just do a quick look. Click import at the bottom. It's going to import the entire package. So now I can close my package manager again, and over here I now have a folder called the starter assets. If I unfold the starter assets, I go into the third person controller, I go into prefabs. I now have all the prefabs that make up my controller. These are pink though. We're going to fix that in just a minute. But for now, I'm going to take the nested parent armature unpack. Armature is the full body of this robot guy here. So I'm going to drag that over into the hierarchy. So right now he is inside of the box and there's also this ginormous menu that is loaded that you can see here. So I would kind of like to delete that UI interface. So I'm going to unfold this. I'm going to delete the UI canvas and UI event system. So I can use delete or just right click and delete and they will then be gone. This also means that my gizmo will now be at the level of this guy here. So I'm going to move him a bit out of the way so that you can see where he is located. So this is our guy. We would like to fix the colors so that everything gets fixed. This box is probably going to be messed up, but this is because the controller package here runs in URP, so Universal Render Pipeline. And this is something that you can change. You can change between different render pipelines if you want to. So if you go to edit and you go to the project settings, in here you have a lot of different settings, everything that is related to your game, of course. In the graphics option here, there is currently no render pipeline asset. But there is one attached together with this asset that we have just imported. So if we click this little target button here, it should open up this menu. So in this case, I just have starter assets, URP assets. In some cases, you might have a high, low, other. As long as it's just a URP asset, it's going to work fine for now. Then we can talk a bit about what these mean later on. But I'm just going to double click this one. It's gonna tell me if you wanna continue and all that stuff. Yes, please. Now everything else but that guy is gonna turn pink. I'm gonna close this again. And this just means that I kind of need to convert all of my textures. I only need to do this now because I've worked in the basic render pipeline, so the built-in one. But now what I can do is I can go to Window, I can go to Rendering, and inside of Rendering there's the Render Pipeline Converter. When I click this one, I get a little menu. I'm gonna make it a bit bigger. So I get this menu here. The only thing that I currently would like to upgrade is my material upgrade. So I'm gonna select that one, and then in the lower right-hand corner, there's an Initialize and Convert button. Save and continue. It's gonna update everything. Only my little freaking cube here is still being annoying. So I'm just gonna delete it for now and test if my little guy can run around. So to be able to play a game, you need to click your play button in the top up here. So when you click that one, it's gonna do a quick loading, and as you can see up here, I am now moving the camera around, and I can also move the person or the little robot guy around. But as I kind of alluded to before, well, I have two cameras, meaning that it defaults to the main camera. So in this case, I hit escape, getting my mouse back, click my play button again, select my main camera and delete it. Now I'm only seeing the camera that is attached to my player character here. And as you can see now, I can move around, I can look around, I can sprint with shift, I can jump with spacebar, and then of course WASD as your normal running around kind of thing. It is very important that you always remember to turn off your play mode again. Let's say that we are in play mode. And well, this looks nice and everything. I would very much like to get like a cube here. I am gonna reset that. I'm gonna move it up a bit. I really like this cube, so I'm gonna copy paste it. And another one, and so on and so forth, right? So you're building your entire game and you're having so much fun because, oh my God, I can't walk into these, so I can jump them and stand on them. So this is kind of fun, right? I have a full game now. I've planted an entire forest of trees. And then you decide, okay, sure, now I'm gonna just go out and save my work. So I hit escape to get my mouse back, go up to the play button here, click it, and reset. And this just removes everything that I have changed during that play mode setting here. So a good idea here is to go to Edit, and then instead of the project settings as before, we go into Preferences. In Preferences here, we choose Colors, and then the play mode tint is currently just set to gray. If you click this and you make it, let's just make it extreme right now here, so like a hot pink. And then this is auto-saved, so no need to just click away. As soon as we go into play mode now, the entire editor changes to a horrible color, but at least now I know I shouldn't be making any changes. Unless of course they need to be reset at the end. So this is the basics of importing and setting up controllers and working with the asset store. Thank you for watching, everyone.